The following is brought to you by Stephen Terry Pest Elimination. If it's scary, call Stephen Terry at 713-477-0047.
You're listening to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast.
What smells so bad?
It's strong, but you'll get used to it. Now, here are your hosts, Nick Stevenson and Naomi Richardson.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you may be listening in the world. Welcome to episode 52 of the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast. It's a hurricane party, bitches. I am joined by my esteemed colleagues via FaceTime. Naomi Richardson's in the building. Josh Beard and Chris Kahn, the best producers in podcasting, are in the building. What it do, peeps? You can unmute yourselves now. You there? Are you guys there?
We're here.
Okay.
We're here.
Perfect. Sorry. I had the computer muted for a second because somebody was feeding back while the intro was still going. Somebody's mic wasn't muted. I don't know who that was, but it's okay. It
was definitely Josh.
I'll definitely beat you guys with a cane later. It's fine.
No, man.
A normal recording day.
Look at us, though, man. Look at us. We are sitting here being innovative and creative and finding new ways to make shit happen with the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast, and I'm super happy about that. We couldn't get together because supposedly Hurricane Nicholas is supposed to be wrecking shit, which I fully expect. You know, it's named after me, so it's gonna fuck some shit up. Definitely. No, but so because Josh lives all the way over in Dickinson, and we didn't want to risk maybe y'all getting stuck in my house. I didn't go to AGB until it was butt naked in there, so you guys probably are much safer in the houses that you're in with your canned supplies. But we wanted to make it happen, so it's a fucking hurricane party. What are you guys drinking? I know Naomi's sipping on something.
I got some wine, boo.
Okay. Chris Kahn, what you sipping on?
Yingling, and I'm fixing to switch to vodka here.
What is Yingling?
Yingling?
What's Ling Ling?
It's like a northern beer.
Ling Ling,
They
you
just
forgot your
brought it
bling.
down to good old
Ling Ling, you
Texas.
forgot your bling
Oldest
bling.
brewery in America.
Josh, I think you're still muted. Ling
I'm
Ling,
not muted.
you're not. Well, you laughed, and I didn't.
What'd you say?
When you
I'm not
laughed.
muted. It was a silent laugh.
Oh, okay. It was like a
Okay,
mime.
well, maybe it's
It was
better
like a
if you are
mime laughing.
muted, though.
Hey, when do we have four guys on the same podcast? I thought that was
That's a shot at Chris Kahn, ladies and gentlemen. Kahn's actually been present most of the time recently.
I know. Well, in person at least, yeah.
Yeah, you've been there.
Y'all are welcome.
So
By the way.
we decided to find a new way to try to put this episode out. I don't know what it's going to sound like. I don't know what it's going to look like. I mean, all of us look good and sound good, but we'll
everyone's
find out.
hair is on fleek today. I'm gonna go ahead and point that out.
Should I say that?
Absolutely.
No,
Is Chris Kahn not wearing a hoodie? Didn't you get the memo, bro?
Yeah, get a hoodie.
no, I didn't get
Tell
that.
Lindsay to bring you a hoodie.
He's got a puppy.
All right. I definitely was not going to cancel this episode because there's some shit that went down this week that I need to talk to y'all about. And I definitely want to get into it. So I wrote down a list of things. This was going to be called the freestyle because I was about to just go off on this list of stuff that I wrote down. But now it's a hurricane party since once we said, like you said, Hurricane Nicholas is in the Gulf. So we're going to have a good time. If you're just sitting in the house, I don't know if anybody can go back and share the link to this live right now. That'd be great. You know what sucks is I forgot to start recording. I'm just gonna start from here, and we'll
That's
figure
what happens when you don't have the producers there.
That is what happens, man. It's okay. I'm gonna figure it out. There's a way I can save this video once we're finished streaming. Naomi, we can't see your face, but that's okay. Nor can
I'm
Okay, I
on
can't see
Facebook right
Conte's
now
either.
sharing the link, so I will
Oh,
return.
super duper. Appreciate it.
Super.
What does it do? It pauses it. All right, all right.
Mm.
I can't believe I did that. This is going to be a whole new creative thing for me. Maybe this episode will just never make light of day. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Look at you, sister.
But anyway, so the first thing I want to do, if you guys don't mind, we're not going to have any headlines because Naomi forgot to put the headlines together. But what I do want to recognize is we just recently, just a couple days ago, was the 20th anniversary of September 11th and the tragic events that happened on that day. And on the show officially, I would like to just acknowledge that. And I would like to, you know, just a couple days ago, I took the time to kind of stop and think about where I was at the time and everything that's happened since then, how our country has changed, how I've changed, how life has changed. And as tragic as that moment was, it did make me feel good to reflect on the unity that the country had after 9/11 and the days that followed and the weeks and the months that followed. And it was a bittersweet feeling because obviously things aren't like that right now. And it's a shame that it took something so tragic to make that happen. I actually saw a video where members of Congress.
It's also a shame of how quickly we forgot how we were back then. You know,
That's what I'm
How
saying.
united everybody was. Now we're back to the point where everybody fucking hates each other again.
That's exactly what I was saying. I saw a video from just a couple days after where like members of the House and Senate, both Democrat and Republican, like bipartisan, were like on the steps of the Capitol, like holding hands and singing "God Bless America." Could you imagine that shit happening right now? Like I'm talking like Mitch McConnell was like with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and like Jeff Flake, like all these people were together, and something like that would never happen right now. But
I can certainly not imagine something like that happening right
no,
now.
I couldn't either, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But I just want, you know, for the there's a whole generation of kids now. I mean, my kids, they learned about September 11th in school, which is crazy. Like they don't really fully understand the impact that had, but every year around this time we do try to take the time to remember, to reflect, and I hope out of something negative something positive can come from it. I just want everybody also to remember this, if you don't remember anything else. If you were alive on Tuesday, September 11th, and you experienced that tragedy, it didn't make anything any better if earlier that morning you were watching Blue's Clues.
Shit. Good segue, Nick.
It made nothing better. Like, it was a really bad day, and watching Blue's Clues didn't fix anything. It just didn't.
I disagree. I disagree.
Watching Blue's Clues made September 11th not that sad. Come on now, buddy.
Yeah.
Blue's Clues wasn't on at that time.
Yes, it was.
I think it was.
It absolutely was.
Oh, damn it, y'all. I'm trying to just debunk him. Jesus. Get on my page.
Hey, at this point, we already found out that Nick doesn't really.
Look.
That's
I'm
the problem.
going to get into this because, okay, if you live under a rock, Josh, man, I forgot. I don't know what the guy's name is. His name's not really Steve, first of all. There's an actor who played
No, it's
Steve.
definitely his real name. Don't ruin it for
No,
us, Nick.
there is an actor
Don't be a dick.
who played Steve in a gentleman named Steve
Burns.
in a child's show where he stood in front of a green screen and pretended to play with dogs and salt and pepper shakers and a mailbox. Like, it was a kid's show. And look, I was in high school when it happened. My brother used to watch the show. Look,
Oh, yeah, he's watching you now.
yeah, my brother used to watch Blue's Clues. I'm not making fun of adults who used to watch Blue's Clues as a kid, but okay, so Steve comes out with this video. Now, if the actor had come out and been like, "Hey guys, it's so and so, whatever my name is, and I played Steve on Blue's Clues, and I just want to tell you guys, hey, it's been 20 years. It's really cool, all the things that we did together when I was doing that show." But no, this grown-ass man actually made a video where he was actually Steve, the fake character, standing behind the same green screen. It probably wasn't the same green screen.
Hey, Nick.
and talked to grown ass people as if they were still little kids, and people were like losing their minds over this shit. Like, oh my god! Like I saw people crying. Like there's videos of grown ass people crying over a dude from a fucking kid show. I'm
Nick,
sorry.
Nick, so first of all, let me go ahead and start punching these holes in your story.
Okay, go for it.
His real name is Steve. It's actually Steven. So he is not.
Steven's
playing
not
a
Steve.
character. Literally playing himself.
Okay, so you're telling me that the character Steve is a real person. That's what we're going with right now. Steve from Blue's Clues is a real person. That's what we're going with.
Yes. And, hey, just because you had Little House on the Prairie growing up doesn't mean you got to shit on everybody.
Bro, no. I had Mr. Rogers. I watched Rugrats, and I used to watch the Mickey Mouse Club. And I'm telling you right now, if Britney Spears' crackheaded ass made a video where she's like, hey guys, remember when I was on the Mickey Mouse Club before I had the benefit of auto-tune and I used to make your eardrums bleed, I would not be crying like, oh my God, I can't believe it's Britney's. Like, it was a kid show, and it's a great thing. Like, I'm sorry. It just,
Damn.
and here's the thing.
Nick
I made-
bringing it tonight.
I figured it. You know how women have the equivalent of Karens. Now we have the male version.
No. Because a Karen is going to try to a Karen.
Nick is a Kyle. It's a Kyle.
No. Look, a Karen is going to try to force her opinion on other people, and this is where I'm glad you brought that up because that's a perfect
Well,
segue.
all right. Well, that sounds about right then.
Because me personally, I literally made a post where I said, "Here's me on an island by myself, not giving a shit about Steve from Blue's Clues or Britney Spears' crazy ass." I wasn't trying to project or force anybody else to feel the same way. But then I started getting all this vitriol because I had the audacity to talk shit about Steve.
How dare you, Nick?
And people were fucking losing it. Namely, my brother was fucking losing it.
Well, that's because you put yourself on your little tiny ass island up on the Facebook where
I'm just saying,
your
this
island
is
is everybody's island.
I was acknowledging that, yes, you guys, I understand there's a lot of people who care about a grown-ass man talking to you as if you're still a child and getting some type of feeling from that. I get it. And I acknowledge that. For me, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it.
I think the point was missed. I think if
Josh, by the way, Josh Stevenson, go ahead and call in, brother. I'm waiting.
If Martin on Facebook Live or whatever, and then got into his Martin character and talked to all the people that were growing up during the Martin era, talking, I hope life is going well for you.
I mean, Martin is Martin. Like
Martin, like the black guy Martin on the Martin show?
Yeah, Martin's Martin.
Martin.
But Martin. But
That
Martin
was the shit.
a guy named Martin who's not really Martin. So,
His real name is Martin. It's Martin Lawrence.
I was about to say,
And
isn't his name Martin?
the character he was
That's his real
playing,
name, Josh. You
the character that
the joke, Con. That's the joke.
no, the character that Martin was playing was actually himself. Also, like he was just playing, I guess, an exaggerated version of himself. The character of Steve, who lives in a cartoon house and talks to a salt and pepper shaker, and like that guy is not real. Like he's a character.
An exaggerated version of himself.
No, he's not an exaggerated.
Hey, hold on. Pause real quick. Was I the only one that thought that he had cancer?
Like I swore I thought that's what his announcement was going to be. When I
was
saw the
just, like,
video,
coming
the clip like before you push play where he's like frozen and he looks sick, and I'm like, oh man,
oh no!
I was like, Steve's about to die.
Cancer.
He's sick of your shit, is what he is.
Look, man, but like even Josh, you were giving me backlash on this. You're like, hey, man, people needed to hear this. I'm like, really, bro? Did people really need to hear from Steve?
What a lot of people miss about the point of that whole video,
Including Nick.
not
Yeah,
really.
help me out. Help me out. I want to know what I missed.
It was all about this year is the 20th anniversary of Blue's Clues ever being started.
Okay.
And it was basically a bookend to his time on the show because if you're not aware, he
just bounced without really saying anything.
Was nothing that was planned.
Right.
He got an opportunity that he took, and then that was never explained in detail. And that's kind of what he was.
Well, what did he get his degree in?
I'm listening.
It's music production, I think's what it's in.
Well, that sounds stupid.
So basically, these kids just need a closure after all these years, and they were so happy to get this closure.
Us kids, us 30-year-olds.
Yes, we are still kids. I'm still a kid. I know that for sure.
I'm definitely a child.
Okay.
I'm a kid. I'm a kid driving a car every day with my other kids in the back.
I understand that is the explanation of what happened. Like, I get that.
Nick, you don't have a soul. We got it. You don't have a heart.
Somebody, so
Why
there's
are
a
you saying I don't have?
conspiracy out
Why,
there.
why are you saying I don't have a soul?
Hold on. I think there's a conspiracy saying that the real reason why he left the show was because he was going bald.
That could be a thing.
What I saw was that he was running special ops in Afghanistan.
I did see that too. I'm just sorry,
Was
but
his college education to become a Green Beret or something?
Well, that would have been better.
Skills?
so look, Josh, you said that you had recently been going through some stuff, right? Like you told us that on the. I mean, I'm not going to go into details because I don't even know the details. You didn't even give us the details. You just told us you'd been going through some personal things, and ironically, you're one of the people who said, "Hey, man, some people needed this," and I'm like, "Really, bro? Did you need to hear from Steve?" So I'm going to ask you: did hearing from Steve make anything that you were going through personally? Did it make any of that better? Because if it did, then I'm wrong and you're right. Like, just to me,
better, but there's definitely an aspect to what he was talking about. Whether it doesn't really matter what age you're at.
mhm.
I think the message that he was actually trying to spread, I think is something that everybody at some point comes across in life. And I think that someone from our childhood that we may have looked at, I think your brother made a good point, was when we were younger and we were watching that show, that show meant a lot to kids growing up.
When you were
So
a
it may
child,
be different. And just someone, I guess, that you looked up to when you were younger, being successful now, is kind of a closure or something like that going forward.
You don't think that he'd have been more successful at achieving that? Go ahead.
As
Naomi.
adults, a lot of other adult figures now, they used to be younger back in the day, they'll come forward with their own stories and own anecdotes now. And I think a lot of people get a lot of shit for it, when really the message is just wholehearted, all positive, just real. And if you're gonna get shit for just talking real talk, man, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah,
and he didn't do anything but talk real talk.
Except he talked real talk as a fake person, and he was talking to you as a child, as if you were a child.
Because we are childs.
We are childs.
I'm just saying, if that's really what he wanted to accomplish, don't you think he could have come out of character to do that? You like, hey man, I used to be on this show when you were a kid and you were watching, but he literally came to you as the character of Steve.
Look,
That's
I
what made it
do-
cornball to me, and I'm sorry. Like, I realize I'm probably wrong and everyone else is right. I get it.
You're definitely the bad guy, and I need you to lower your maturity standards. Son of a
I
bitch.
don't have maturity standards, but like on the cool, it's just I thought it was. I thought the reaction was. I thought the video was underwhelming, and the reaction was like very.
It was definitely a surprise, though. I'll say this: it's definitely like a surprise. I was like, "What?
Look,
What the fuck?"
this is what I need. Call.
So would it have been better if he came out and was like, "Hey, y'all, everybody have cancer"? Would that make you feel better, Nick?
I could have
Yes.
done with or without him making the video at all. But dude, it's just that's me. Like call us up, man. 346-714-2528. If you were like about to jump off a bridge and then you saw the Steve video and it made you realize your life was worth living, then please call us and let us know. Just for me, I felt like a reaction was overwhelming and the video was underwhelming.
But that's
all.
the thing. You just made the point. For you, it was not a deal, but for some people, it was.
Right.
If
Which
it
is fine,
affected
but I
one
did
person
not attack other
positively,
people. But I didn't attack other people for liking it. All I did was make a post that said that I don't care, and that offended
you
people.
totally attacked other people for liking
All right,
it.
How? I literally
all right.
made a post that said, "This is me in my corner by myself, not caring." I wasn't bothering anybody. I didn't tag anyone. I was literally like, "Here's me in my corner by myself, not giving a shit." And people were mad that I had the audacity to not give a shit.
You attacked us collectively.
Yeah, you did.
How?
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go to the post. Here
Tell
we
me
go.
why my
All right, here
post
we go,
why
here
my
we go.
post offended you.
Here we go.
It's literally a meme of Ruffalo and a bunch of scenes by himself. That's me acknowledging, like, I know I'm the only one. Like, I didn't attack anybody. I acknowledged that my opinion was not popular.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't attack anybody. People came at me.
So
Which is
your
fine.
brother put. I mean, let me just look at the evidence right here. Your brother put, quote, "Guide from my childhood gives a positive message, possibly intended for people of our generation suffering from depression and suicidal thoughts, as well as a good old nostalgia. I don't
Bruh,
see how that's
bruh.
hated or laughed at."
Bro,
And then
okay.
you
So if
proceeded
you have
to-
suicidal thoughts and seeing
No,
a video
no.
of Steve saved your life, please call the show.
You proceeded to post 2 laughing gifs tagging Nick in the post. I mean, JT.
No. You got to read. You got to unveil. You got to unveil because he says, "How can you like hate on something like that?" And my gifts were showing him an example of how I can laugh at that because I found it laughable. That's my opinion. I found it laughable that people were emotional. Like, look, I used to watch the Muppet Show. If there was a video that popped up, it was like, "Hey guys, it's Kermit. Want to tell you guys that I love you." I wouldn't be like, "Oh my God, Kermit the Frog." Bro, it's the same shit.
Here's another
Have y'all
example.
seen the,
Hey,
the
guys.
crackhead version of Kermit the Frog?
Hey Chris.
Amazing.
Here's
I am
another example.
Kermit.
That you put JT Stevenson, bro. You're going to be way in your feelings when Tom Train comes back with your special message for you.
Hell yeah. Thomas the Tank Engine. That was my brother's shit. Mr.
Thomas the Tank
Conductor.
Engine was a pussy.
He was a pussy.
But
He's a legit puss.
Steve was the man. Okay, get the fuck out of here. I'm done. Oh my God.
You can't be comparing our man Steve to Thomas the fucking Tank Engine.
That's true.
Engine
Okay,
that
if
could
Thomas the
deny-
Tank Engine got in a fight with Steve, Thomas would fuck Steve up. All right.
See,
Thomas is
No,
a
that he's
train.
a train.
Steve does.
Thank
That's
you.
unfair.
Oh
Thomas
my
doesn't exist.
goodness.
Steve does.
Okay.
What's up, guys? It's Nick Stevenson, once again telling you about Amity Innovations. Look, I realize I've already told you how they specialize in green energy, whole home solar systems, geothermal heating and cooling systems, and that's all true. They do that. But a huge part of what they do is providing whole home backup generators. Listen, here in the Houston area, we discovered firsthand there's not a time of year that you don't need to worry about possibly losing power. Hurricane season is here. Wintertime is coming. Summertime, you might lose your power. Don't be stuck in the dark. Don't be stuck in the hot or cold. Give Amity Innovations a call at 832-331-3580 or go to www.amitybgi.com. Get a free estimate. Tell them that the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast sent you. Call the green builders you can trust. Amity Innovations, where we create the difference.
All right. Speaking of Britney Spears, can anybody really explain to me what the big deal about fucking Britney Spears is? I need my wife to chime in on this. My wife is like, she's like full QAnon into the Britney Spears thing.
She's
No lie.
watching. Get her up there.
Well, like 1 week, 1 week removed from her.
I don't think
getting
she's
her,
watching anymore.
Her dad off her shit. She got engaged. So like, what the fuck is up with that?
Well, maybe she had a boyfriend. I just don't know why. Why are we supposed to care? That's what I want to know. Why do
We're
we
not.
care?
We're not necessarily supposed to care,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people just didn't know what was happening, myself included. I mean, not like I'm a huge Britney Spears fan. I'm not.
Oh,
following her
I
every
am
move.
definitely a.
I bet you are, Con. I bet you are.
I is.
baby,
I is.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
What was that, Naomi? Over there
Like real
nailing
talk.
these
Like real
voice
talk.
inflections.
I give Britney Spears a whole hell of a lot of credit for making a lot out of a little. Okay.
I'm almost positive that Britney Spears gave me my first boner. Like 100% positive.
Okay.
She
Like
was
her
16-year-old.
Can we say boner on
music
Facebook?
video.
Can we say boner on Facebook? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We already said a whole lot of other stuff.
Definitely be careful with what I say.
Well, my father-in-law heard pussy, so I think we're coming through loud and clear.
Okay.
Was he like,
Cool.
somebody say pussy? What?
Nice.
Rejected.
I don't know why we're supposed to care. And like, I'm not trying to be cold hearted or cold blooded or nothing, but like, this is another thing where like, if you said to me, "Oh, Britney Spears has a conservatorship," like,
But I think the point is, Nick, is like, I don't think anybody knew that the court can just say, okay, this guy has this person has complete power over you,
and this is
all of your money and your entire life. Like, how fucking
but this
crazy
is the thing that I've been
Like, she couldn't have kids or a boyfriend without his knowledge. Like,
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that it's a grown ass adult having another grown ass adult have
How
control of
old
their
is she?
lives.
She's like what?
But
40 years old
40
now?
something now.
She's older
Okay,
than me.
so
Or
the
maybe
reason
my age, I'm 35.
She's
The-
got to be in her 40s by now.
the original reason that this conservatorship came about is because she was having some
Yeah, she was
mental
having like
health
a fucking
issues.
mental breakdown.
and she was no longer
I would too.
But,
Yeah, we all
okay,
go through
but
that
this is what
shit.
I'm saying is that at that point she wasn't just Britney Spears the person. She was Britney Spears the business. Like Britney Spears was a brand, and it still is. And so unchecked and with all of that power and being in control of all of that, it could have gone south. So I can understand why a conservatorship would start.
But
If you
why
wanna
would
argue-
it still be in place?
That's
That's my
what we
question.
don't know. And that's the thing is everybody who's against
When did she
it,
shave her head?
all the
'Cause that's
people
when
who
it
are
started.
all the
That was like
people who
2003.
Yeah.
All the
like,
people who
almost,
are pro-
like
but-
20 years later, somebody still isn't. Her dad has to be in charge of her life.
Well,
Like,
that's-
God forbid, a grown ass adult has a fucking mental breakdown. And
Yeah.
the only thing that got her was that she got exposed by a million people for losing her shit. Like,
Right.
it happens
And
to the best
we're
of
not
us.
talking about Joe Blow. We're talking about Britney Spears. It's a brand. It's a business. We're talking lots of money. And
But
obviously
in
that
the
comes
end, she's
into
still
play.
just like a human being.
And
Right,
all the
but
more
that comes-
reason
that comes
to
into
like
play.
all the more reason for her to have a mental breakdown over any other normal quote unquote person. Like, fuck, I
so-
would have a mental breakdown too.
Normally
Can you
these-
imagine having like hundreds of people stalk you and like cameras flashing you and following your every fucking move?
nobody's
I would lose my
nobody
shit too.
nobody's blaming her for that. But so
But she can't escape it. That's the,
the pur-
problem.
the
She can't
purpose-
escape that.
the purpose of these types of conservatorships, normally they give them to elderly people who have dementia or Alzheimer's, and they can't take care of their business or their finances or their other, normal livelihood things. They can't do it themselves, so they give conservatorship of that to someone else. So I don't know whose idea it was. Maybe it was her father's idea from the
It was
beginning.
absolutely her father's idea.
Okay, so
he
that's
never
fine.
gave
But
her
I'm
a
saying
choice.
that
He just took over.
But a judge somewhere agreed with him, multiple judges, because this has been fought tooth and nail. I mean, when she was doing, was it America's Got Talent, and she was doing that residency in Vegas, she was she was underneath this conservatorship even then, like that whole time.
Giving her dad all of her money too.
Right, he was in control of the
Yeah.
money. So my thing is that I know that it's been fought, it's been appealed, and all I'm saying is there's a reason that a judge upheld that conservatorship as long as they did. And from what my wife tells me now, that her
Yeah, it's all
father
about-
her father is actually petitioning himself to remove the
I think he got that done. I think he finally removed himself.
That's
from
the
that.
last that's the last thing I
he's
heard about
removing
it.
himself now that he's
Yeah.
in the bad light. Is that what's happening here? Oh,
What's
all
he-
the shit's being put on me now. I will remove myself because
He's not
Britney
losing any
can't
money.
do it. I will have to do it myself.
He's not
which
losing
is
any
just
money.
another his last power play against her. That's what that is.
I mean, what's Jamie Lynn Spears? What's his aspiration other than being Britney Spears' dad? I don't think he has any
Being a
reason to.
controlling male figure in her life,
But I'm saying-
dominant over her every single decision. Period.
I don't think he cares about negativity in the press though. Like it's not like he's running for office or something like that. Like I don't think he cares about that.
No, guys, no. You don't need to have something like that. What he needs is that dominance over her. That's
But you
it.
just said
It doesn't extend past that.
you just said he's getting rid of the conservatorship now that he looks bad. I don't think he cares whether he looks bad or not, especially if it involves money. Like
No,
if
I
he's
completely
if he's
disagree.
really
That's
greedy and he's
bullshit.
doing this for money, him looking bad to everybody else, he's not going to give a shit about that.
No, he's trying to save face now is what he's trying to
But
do.
for what reason? That's my question. Like, Why would he need to save
because
face?
he's always been this controlling figure, and now it's like, oh, all the tables are turned on him, so he's gonna be like, oh, well, you know what? It's not really me. I'm gonna just give this control back to her. That's what's gonna happen.
That's my question. Do you think he has aspirations of doing something else, like in the public, to where he doesn't want the public to view him badly?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what I think.
what would he do?
I don't think he would do anything. I just think he's stupid. He's just a sick person trying to control his daughter's fame and her money for
All
just the fuck of it.
Here's my next question. Let's say this conservatorship gets removed, and now Britney Spears is in control of the entire Britney Spears train. And like the first thing she does is like eats a bat's head off and starts shitting on herself, and like does a meth rock that's the size of this table. Like, then what? Are we gonna be like, ooh, maybe she needed a conservatorship? Like,
Then we got the Princess of Darkness to go with the Prince of Dark.
I'm just saying, like, what if she, after this conservatorship is done, like she just loses her fucking shit and like
Then we'll say, you know what? This wouldn't be the first time, and let Britney live her own fucking life.
okay,
It's her life.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
Yeah, Nick.
Me personally, I just don't give a shit. But I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. I guess if this was happening to someone that I was a fan of, I might care a little bit more. I would never care enough to go out in the streets and like protest and march and buy T-shirts. Like,
Oh no,
I would
I'm
never
definitely
care that
not
much.
like
I'm way too late
protesting.
for that bullshit.
Yeah, no, I'm not protesting shit, but I think it's just a matter of having
Larry, what's
control
going
of
on,
your
buddy?
own humanity, and everybody should be in control of their own humanity. And you know what? I think that extends a lot further nowadays than Britney Spears in her
time out.
case.
But okay, so you know these old people who get scammed because like somebody calls them and they're like, "Oh, I see
Absolutely.
you have
Have
an
you met my
Amazon
parents?
charge that you didn't
My dad had his shit stolen from South Korea. It's hilarious.
you have an Amazon charge. We want to
That's
give you a
not
refund."
hilarious. That's sad.
Okay,
I mean, he got to see pictures of
so
South Korean on his
some
phone.
people have to be protected from their
You're like, I don't
own
know how this
illness.
got here, but I can see everything this guy is doing. I was like, Dad, you gotta quit falling for all these goddamn Facebook posts.
My grandma used to call me and she'd be like, Naomi, you have a civil lawsuit against you. Did you know that? And I'm like, Grandma, please don't answer those phone calls. Don't
And
write
that-
them back. Don't
okay.
do any of that shit.
And
They're
that-
scamming you.
And that is why these conservatorships exist, because some people need to be protected from their own selves. And so we
Yeah,
don't
like
know
80-year-old, but not.
we don't know the extent. Okay, have you look, can we all agree that Britney Spears is a couple ham sandwiches short of a picnic? Like, have you seen her Instagram?
Whoa, you got ham sandwiches over there?
What's up, Caitlin? Hey, who's on the chat? Josh.
We got Whitney, Ray, Larry.
Those
So,
people are long gone. I think
No, there's still 4 people on here.
they're still there. Okay.
Those are my people.
Hey guys, it's Nick Stevenson again, here to tell you about my friend Brian Wells and his mobile welding and mobile mechanic service, Myriad Mobile. Brian has been welding for over 20 years and he will let his work speak for itself. Welding repairs, whether they're industrial or residential, wrought iron fencing, he can repair that old rusty fence and repaint it, or he'll even build you a new one. Oh, and in case you missed it, that's right, I also said that Brian offers mobile mechanic services. You need a part changed? Your brakes or your oil change? Why not do it from the comfort of your own home? Myriad Mobile will come to you. So whether it's an industrial or residential welding repair, or you need a new fence, or you don't want to drive or have your car towed to the mechanic shop, then call my friend Brian Wells at Myriad Mobile. The number to call is 713-538-6938. That's 713-538-6938. Myriad Mobile, welding and car repair. Tell them that Nick from the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast sent you.
What's going on, everybody? If you're tuning in, we appreciate it. We're just having a little hurricane party, sipping on some sipping on Ling Ling. Never even heard of that. Is Ling Ling a wine?
It's not a link.
No. Jesus.
What is Ling Ling? Is it beer?
It's not even,
Nick, in typical middle-aged fashion,
I don't
Comes
know
over
what
here
Ling
with
Ling
the
is.
yingling of wine.
It sounds like a Chinese person from what's that movie?
Oh my
Ling
god!
Ling, you forgot your bling bling.
I swear, if he says Rush Hour,
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
It was the one with Rob Schneider when he was a girl. What was it called? The hot chick. The hot chick. That's what it was.
hot chick. I can tell you every single line of that movie.
Ling Ling, you forgot your bling bling. See? Anyways.
All right, you're still fucked up though.
No, we're just having a good time. We were supposed to do a show tonight, and weather did not allow that, so we're just chilling and we're chopping it up about random stuff.
We just didn't want to be stranded at Nick's house. Okay.
For sure,
That's completely
because
100%
I have
true.
no food here. I have no food here. HEB's been butt naked, and so we're eating ramen noodles and toast over here.
Well,
No,
we
I'm
got
kidding.
toilet paper over here, so
I got plenty of that.
$10 a roll.
You probably got toilet paper from when COVID first started. You guys think the people who hoarded all that toilet paper early last year when COVID first started, you think they still have the toilet paper?
Yes.
I feel like they probably scalped it
Isn't
on
that-
Facebook.
Isn't that fucked
Marketplace.
up? They still have that toilet paper. How many times did you need to wipe your ass and you were out of paper? And they have toilet paper from a year and a half ago.
I think Khan's trying to lay it on us. Hold on.
Connor,
All right,
Con, you're
try
muted.
again, Khan.
Con, you're
Try
muted.
again. Start over.
I had myself muted. My bad.
He's like, why the fuck aren't they listening to me?
You're like, nobody's listening to me.
You know what? Your mic is probably better off muted. Just it's
Probably
fine.
is.
It's fine.
Like that's how it
Yeah.
should be at every show. Just
It's okay. You're on this show for your looks, man, not for how you sound. Come on.
Aww. No. Well, what I was trying to say is my mom and dad still has toilet
Have.
paper from has. I'll
Have.
do whatever the fuck I want. Once damn it.
Oh
You need
my
to go
God.
ahead and watch your tone.
They still have toilet paper in their trailer from when they bought like 20 fucking bags of it.
Yeah. See, that's what I was wondering. If all those hoarders, I guess it was worth it. All that toilet paper was worth it.
I'm just, I'm about to get on that bidet train.
All right,
That's
guys.
nice.
So I want to segue really quick. Speaking of shitty toilet paper and things that are shitty, the Texans played on Sunday.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Fuck, I'm
That's
just
messed up, bro.
I'm just kidding. Look,
Hey,
I'm a
but, like,
Texan.
all jokes aside, even though it's fucking Jacksonville, so I'm not gonna, get.
You didn't. I didn't
spoke
expect
up for the
that.
season at all.
I didn't
That
expect.
was still a pretty damn good game.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
It
And
was actually fun. It was a fun game to watch.
I'm not a
analysts
guy-
were predicting Jacksonville to win, so
By
we
14.
whooped them.
No,
and you
the
know what? I'm
Texans-
taking that as
when
a
the
victory.
Texans' schedule came out, they were underdogs in every
Yeah.
game. Every single game they were underdogs in. So it was not expected what they did. And look,
It
I'm
was
not one of
fun.
those
Like,
people.
I told Nick on Facebook, I was like, God damn, the Texans can't even fucking lose a game correctly.
Yeah, you're supposed to lose all your games and get a good job.
We're supposed to tank the season, and we're not doing that.
I don't even know who's the hot quarterback in college right now who would be available. I don't even know.
Wait, does anybody care about college football?
Yes.
Of course, because
Yeah,
college
there's a lot
football
of things
becomes
out
there.
NFL football eventually.
I can't. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't go to college, so it's so hard for me to keep up with college football. So I don't really know.
So honestly though, like, no, I am a Texans fan, and they don't have to be good for me to root for them. But I'm one of those people. Like, I'm honest. If they suck, I'm gonna tell you they suck. Like, and I fully expect they're not gonna be very good this year. But it was
All
nice.
right. Well, as long as whenever they're good, you start talking about how good they are, then we'll
No,
be cool.
absolutely. Like, no, I'm a Houston sports fan. I'm a fan of the Rockets when they're good. I'm a fan of the Rockets when they suck. I'm a fan of the Texans when they're good. I'm a fan of the Texans when they suck, which is good because they've sucked almost their entire existence. And I'm a fan of the Astros. Like, when they were losing 100 games every year, I was still a fan.
I
Like,
kind of
was
wish they
watching the
would start
games.
losing 100 games a year again, so that we can have cheap tickets.
That's true, man. It
I
is.
sat in the nosebleeds the
You-
other day.
you-
That shit fucking sucked.
You take a
It wasn't even that bad.
you take a
And how
family
much
of
were those
5.
tickets?
You take a family of 5 to the
It
Astros
was
game.
free
You're
for
breaking
that
off a
shot.
chunk of change.
I bought 2 tickets for $150 a piece, or $150 for both.
Okay, now take 5 people at $150.
Right field tickets for $130.
What's 130 times 5?
No, that's all together. Ding dong.
What do you mean all
No,
together?
you said each.
You said
No.
each.
4 tickets, 130, right field. 2 tickets, 150 Crawford boxes.
So 2 tickets for 150.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's $75 each. What's 75 times 5? I'm saying you want to take your family to the game, you're gonna break off some change between
What is
parking.
Also, you got to bring because we
The beer's
I
like
spent
$20 for one beer.
$13 for a can of Crawford Bock.
Yeah.
That's
$13.
insane. That's insane.
Between me and Lindsay, we both spent like $150 on beer and food alone.
That sounds like
You
my
guys-
husband and I.
You guys want a cool experience? Con, you should take your son to a Sugarland Skeeters game.
I have.
Okay.
That is a cool
That's
experience.
a cool experience.
That's a
And
really
it's not
cool
hella
experience.
expensive to get in. The food's not hella expensive.
I think I spent like $20 or $30 on tickets,
yeah.
and like in the front, it was like in the front row, by third base.
That
Yeah.
stadium is hella nice though too.
It was like
Yeah,
30,
and the
40
Skeeters
bucks. It
are
was- yeah,
the
it was
Skeeters are a
awesome.
AAA team, so like it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent quality of baseball. It's not.
I mean, you still get our guys when they go to rehab. They go and play for the Skeeters. Like
Right.
fucking Bregman played for them. Marvin played for them.
Yeah. It's just
A couple of our guys played for
it's
them.
hard to take your family if you have a family of more than 3 people. Like it's hard to
I know
do a whole
Bregman
lot
has
of
paid
things.
for him a couple of games. He had a what is it called?
A rehab stint.
Injury.
Rehab. He was playing rehab for them.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to checking out like some Dynamo and some Dash games.
Dynamo
because
suck. They haven't won a game in like 3 years.
But
Oh,
those
yeah,
They're
tickets
watching
are
soccer.
those
maybe you
tickets
should watch
fucking
the girls
European.
because the girls are killing it.
the Dash.
The
No,
Dash
those
are
tickets
Soccer.
badass.
Nobody watches girls soccer. Everybody knows this.
those tickets are hella
Ron, I
inexpensive.
swear.
Those tickets are very
I'm gonna kill
affordable. You
him.
can take your family to do that. Yeah, James Conn says water's like $7. It's no joke. Like it's stupid. But I guess when you're paying, how much is Bregman making? Like $100 million for, and then you got.
I'd have to look that up. I have no idea.
I think he got 6. I think he got 6 years, $100 million, which is actually like not very expensive in baseball. There's guys in baseball with like $500,000 contracts, so I guess you got to
Well,
make
there's
that.
guys in baseball making $350 million on a $350 million contract.
No, they gave
350 million or
Swear to
350,000?
God.
no, they
Million.
gave what's his
Million.
name, Mike Trout, a $500 million contract. It was
I don't know if it's
it was like
500,
13 years, either him or Harper. It was like 13 years, $500,000.
No,
Or,
it was
I'm not
Trout.
$500 million. It was
All right.
$500 million. I think it was Trout.
I'm going to try to mute y'all and see if my husband will refill my wine for me from the other side of the room.
I know. I wish
Okay.
I had that luxury, but now I got to get up and get my own alcohol.
That's a good subject though. Things you can. It's hard to take a
She's
family.
free, baby. It's not fair.
It's hard to take a,
No,
a
you're,
group out.
you're
to do
muted.
something.
I can just tell by your mouth movement.
I thought okay, so obviously the Texans they downgraded in talent, right? I thought even the cheerleaders were not as
Yeah, I
As
think
good as
Nick
they usually
is
are.
the only person who actually watches the cheerleaders.
the cheerleaders are on the TV.
I have never, not one
I just
time,
thought
ever
the-
paid attention to cheerleaders.
Have you ever watched a football game on TV?
Yes.
Right
like,
when they
a
come
lot,
back, when they come
actually.
okay, and when they come back from commercial, they're always like, "Oh, the cheerleader right in the camera."
Yeah, but
and I
nobody
just
watches
thought-
that shit.
I was like, man,
I
they-
legit never paid attention to the cheerleaders ever.
okay, his girlfriend's clearly sitting in the same room with him.
No, she's not. That bitch disappeared on me.
Let's not that lovely lady did not disappear on you.
Love you, back.
So, what about the Cowboys, man? Josh,
Cowboys still suck.
Josh, so close.
Fuck
yet so
the
Hey,
Cowboys.
they look pretty good.
Yeah.
For a guy,
No, they didn't.
for a guy that broke his ankle and came back and threw 400 plus yards.
Hey,
y'all gonna find a
Josh.
kicker or what?
Josh. No, Greg
We have a
Zerline.
backup kicker,
right
and he
here.
made more field goals. than
Greg
your
Greg
own
Zerline's gonna be fine. Greg the leg is good. No, Josh,
Greg
this is what
the
I want.
leg, man. How old is he now?
He wasn't no Greg the leg the other day. He was Greg half leg.
Okay, so Josh, I want to ask you this though. Like the Dallas Cowboys, 5-time Super Bowl champion, like every year
they're Super Bowl contenders, right? Every year, every Cowboys fan I talk to says, "Hey, we're going to the Super Bowl." Every year.
I don't think I've said that this year, Nick.
I'm sorry. I'm every year a Cowboys fan, not every Cowboys fan I know. Every year I have Cowboys fans tell me we're going to the Super Bowl.
You know that I'm not. That
Okay,
Cowboys
Michael Irvin even said they were going to the ship.
Well,
but this is my question. So the Dallas Cowboys, how can you have moral victories, man? There's no moral victories. You're the Dallas Cowboys. Like, you either win or you lose, man. Plain and simple. And the problem is you gave Brady a minute and 6 seconds. You can't do that.
I'm not disagreeing.
Can't do that.
Yeah,
but hey, I mean, they're still they're gonna have a better.
They are not relevant to this.
They're gonna have a better record than the Texans.
As the person that brought up the Dash and Dynamos.
That reminds me.
Are you kidding me?
Another thing I wanted to get mad about. No, I'm sorry, not get mad about.
No, he let it out. He let it out.
No, I don't want to get mad about this. But no, I saw a post. I saw a post today, and it's asking. You guys have probably seen it. It's a picture of a WNBA player by the name of Sue Bird next to a picture of LeBron James, and it's comparing like her stats versus his stats, and then her salary versus his salary. Basically
it's
saying,
fucked up.
Naomi, why is it fucked up? Please tell me.
Because men always get paid a lot more than women do, even if the women perform better.
Is Sue Bird a better basketball player than LeBron James?
I am not an expert on this. I am talking about
scratch that.
figures.
Scratch that. Let's pretend for a minute that Sue Bird is better than LeBron James. Let's, for the sake of argument, let's say that she's better. She's 1,000 times better than him, and like compared to her, he sucks. How much money, how much revenue does Sue Bird generate?
Well, just like every other sports team, is going to depend on their salary cap for all of them. But the thing is, that's the problem. It's these.
You can't pay Sue Bird money that's not there, right?
The thing is, I don't know if it's promoters or what. Yeah, but then it needs to be marketed better. If they're not bringing in as much money, then it needs to be marketed better.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you think that people are watching the NBA more than they're watching the WNBA because the NBA markets better than the WNBA?
I think, yes. I think the NBA is instilled in athletics, and the WNBA is like, wait, hold on, I got to think a little bit about what the WNBA is.
I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't know. If it were not for the NBA, the WNBA would have collapsed like 15 years ago, because the NBA actually dumps a ton of money into the WNBA trying to keep them afloat. They promote them. They even put women's players on the new NBA basketball games. There's like the entire WNBA is on there too. Like, they go to their games, like NBA players show up to their games. They try really hard to promote the WNBA. I actually used to be a fan of the WNBA. When I was a fan of the WNBA, the quality of the product, at the end of the day, that is what sells. Like, you can market, you can be a marketing genius. You can, look, these WNBA players, they got Nike commercials. I mean, if you watch one of their games, their jerseys are covered in sponsorships. They look like soccer players or NASCAR drivers. They have sponsorship all over them so they can generate money. The problem is the quality of the product. Even when you lower your expectation, like, okay, obviously women aren't going to be flying through the air and dunking. That's not what I'm looking for. When I watch a WNBA game, I want to see a quality women's basketball game, because I can watch women's basketball and not compare it to men's and understand that athletically they're different. But I still want to see a good quality product. And the WNBA does not generate the type of money because it doesn't get the type of eyes. And that is the only reason that LeBron James makes more than Sue Bird. It has nothing to do with...
What would you like to see in the WNBA? Since we're using the WNBA as an example, what would you like to see these players doing to get you to want to watch them more?
Be good at basketball. Plain and simple.
Wow. The fucked up thing is, like, they're good at basketball, but nobody wants to watch a bunch of chicks.
No. When the WNBA first came out in Houston, we had a team, the Houston Comets. In my opinion, that was quality basketball. Like, I used to watch them on a regular basis, and even when I moved to California, I still watched the Houston Comets because they had players like Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina
Cheryl
Thompson.
Swoops.
Yeah.
Those
Cheryl
players,
Swoops.
those three women were excellent at basketball. Janeth Arcane, excellent. Like, they were enjoyable to watch. They weren't missing layups. They weren't shooting air balls from the free throw line. And if you watch the WNBA right now, that's the shit you're going to see. And like I said, even if we pretend, I'm not saying there's not good players in the WNBA, but the only reason LeBron James and everybody in the NBA makes more than the WNBA is because the NBA generates more money. It has nothing to do with sex. It has nothing to do with sex.
Well,
really don't.
If the
First off,
WNBA,
LeBron James is a top 1% player, so his comparison to anything else is just out of left
understood,
field.
but
That's-
okay,
that's
the minimum salary in the NBA is $2 million. I think the minimum salary in the WNBA is
Like 100K, right?
It might be like 100K.
It might be less.
There's only like one or two players that even have $1 million salaries in the WNBA, and like I said, the NBA puts
It's
a
viewership.
lot of money.
It's who watches the game. It doesn't matter how good they
That's
are.
it.
Just
I'm
nobody
saying
watches female sports.
But
Well,
we don't have to. We don't
like,
have to turn it into
the
a
Houston
sex thing.
Dash, the soccer team, they won the national championships just a mere 2-3 years ago.
That's
COVID
true.
has got me off a little bit on
No,
time.
the Dash,
so-
the Dash, and the Dynamo have both been very good. But the problem is,
the Dynamo have not been good.
they have been good in the past.
No, the fucking Dash.
The Dash and the Dynamo both. But I'm saying they've both been good in the past.
Sorry, I was talking to my husband.
The problem is that you're European soccer in America, and you're just not gonna you're gonna have a niche.
Problem is, like, Americans.
Look, soccer, football is worldwide except
Absolutely.
for America, and America is going to have to start accepting it sooner or later.
Okay, whenever
but
they make a
soccer
rule,
sucks. It's so
whenever they make a
boring.
rule,
It is not boring.
Time
Soccer
out.
is awesome. You shut your fucking mouth, Con. I know where you live.
Naomi, whenever they make a rule,
Still
Whenever-
get your
time
13-year-old
out.
brother off the show.
listen, Naomi, whenever they make a rule in soccer where you can't watch a game for 2 hours and it end in a 0-0 tie, then I'll start watching soccer. Like, why the fuck did I just sit here and watch?
And when they fake their injuries,
Why did I just sit here and watch this for 2 hours just for the score to be the exact same?
All right, yeah,
That's
no.
when I started.
Look, similar stupid shit happens in the NBA, the NFL, and everything else.
but it's not as
Like-
obvious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but flopping, I hate it, but it's a part of the game. But you know what? You compare men's soccer with all their flopping to women's soccer. Women's soccer, they don't flop. They're badasses, and they can fucking kick the guys' asses anytime.
I can enjoy
I
watching
wish-
soccer when
I
this-
remember Mia Hamm when she almost showed us her
I
tits.
can do whatever I want.
that wasn't Mia Hamm. That was
Mia
somebody else.
Hamm.
It wasn't Mia Hamm.
It was Mia Hamm.
Mia Hamm didn't take off her shirt. It's somebody else. I can't
She
remember her
almost
name.
showed us her
I can't
tits.
remember her name, but it wasn't Mia Hamm.
Oh my God, this is the only reason guys watch female sports. Jesus Christ.
No. Naomi, I told you, I still occasionally will sit down and attempt to watch a WNBA game. And I wish we wouldn't have lost our team in Houston because I was a fan of the Houston Comets. I keep hoping that they'll make like a documentary about them or something because they won the first 4 championships in a row and they were
I
fun to
actually got
watch.
to play in their stadium whenever I played soccer.
There you go. See, I mean, it was a very
I'm not trying to flaunt myself. I was a pretty badass goalie when I was like 8 years old.
what? Okay, so you're telling me you played at Compact Center for
I
soccer?
did, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So, okay, so kind of along the same lines. Sorry, Beard, you can go.
No, I was just going to say, Con said he was good at goalie. I just assumed he's really good at catching balls.
Yes, I am.
You are 100% correct.
Look, I just don't want. The reason that meme bothers me is because they're trying to turn it to men get every like.
That does bother me too.
If WNBA generated the money that the NBA generated, then those women would get paid what the men get paid.
All right, so in all
Period.
fairness, like I was really butthurt when the arrows got cut. I
Okay.
love hockey.
Right.
So I guess you can maybe put that in the same category. They weren't getting the revenue. They weren't generating the fans.
Yeah. Had to go.
Maybe that's your only fail-safe here, okay?
No,
So you better lean on that one.
It's about dollars and cents. It's not about sex. Like, trust me.
Who's that billionaire in Houston? Tillman. He's trying to buy a hockey team right now.
Yeah. Well, but soccer, gymnastics is great for females, but as long as they wear like the skimpiest little outfits, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
So basically, women's sports is only to be successful as long as they wear as little clothing as possible.
I'm gonna tell you
Is
right
that
now.
correct?
I enjoy.
Absolutely.
No.
I want my female athletes to look like a stripper when they're performing.
Con, you are such a little bitch.
Listen, I will watch Simone Biles do her thing any day, and it has nothing to do with the outfit that she's wearing.
Yeah, well, that's great for you, Nick.
Because
but what
I like to
about,
watch
like,
greatness. I like to
what
watch greatness.
about
I don't
the
want to watch
public?
a bunch of chicks airballing layups. That's why I don't watch the WNBA. It's not because they're women. It's not because they're not scantily clad. It's because it's not good basketball, period. That's the reason that people don't watch it.
So, what are sports that females should stick to in your
Gymnastics.
I don't
and
mind.
volleyball.
Look, I don't mind women playing basketball. I enjoy watching women's basketball.
I'm not
when it's
saying that
good.
you mind women playing anything, but
Women should play
in your
basketball.
opinion, as far as viewership goes, what do you think the viewers want to see females doing as far as sports go?
Volleyball.
Fuck off.
So there's been an argument that maybe if women lowered their goal from 10 feet to lower so that they could dunk, like maybe they would get more viewership. But I don't know. To me, I like watching good basketball. I want to watch people who can shoot the ball, and that's and not make mental, like it just has to be a better product. Like, I guess girls just have to practice more. I don't know.
I think it goes into a lot of what institutions are willing to put into their female sports associations, but
I don't know. Like, for instance, I can watch the Little League World Series, and I'm not expecting these little kids to hit the ball 500 feet. Like, I know it's a kid's game, but I still enjoy watching it because, you know, it's entertaining. Like I said,
The Little League World Series is actually pretty fun to watch.
It is, but these kids that are playing are good at baseball. Like, you're not watching. I mean, some of the games you might get a pitcher here and there who they can't hit the strike zone, so the umpire has to help him out, and he's calling balls that are like 4 foot out of the strike zone strikes just to get the game over. But at the end of the day, it's all about the product that you put out, and if the product is not good, then you're not going to make the revenue. Like the NBA, for say what you will, if you like the game of basketball, the NBA puts out a quality product.
all right.
And
But so honestly, in your heart, you know that women's sports will not excel unless they're showing more skin.
Unfortunately,
know.
unfortunately, that's
Okay.
probably true. No, because I know a lot of guys who don't watch
It's
the
100%
Time out.
true.
I know men who
I
won't watch
joke.
the WNBA because they think the women look like men because there's not pretty women. I know guys like that. I'm not that guy, but I know people like that.
I mean, I joke, but I really don't believe that.
Some of my
Honestly,
favorite
I just
female
find
basketball
female
players
sports
were
boring.
honestly ugly as sin.
That's the only
but-
reason why I don't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not a good quality product right now. There's one or two players who you really enjoy watching, but they're on a team with, 11 other people who aren't that good. I mean, it doesn't have to be about male or female. It's if a woman generates the billions of dollars that LeBron James generates, she's gonna get paid what he gets paid.
I'm not gonna lie, this conversation saddens me. Like, what's the future for female sports? What am I supposed to tell my daughter when she wants to do soccer or baseball or anything else?
But women's soccer is a very successful sport. Maybe not in the U.S., but all over the world.
No,
people
I do believe in the U.S. women's soccer is actually pretty popular. I mean, you got softball.
yeah, pretty
more
popular
popular than
because
soccer.
all their videos leaked.
that brings up a
right?
good. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna let you finish, Naomi. But
No, I'm done.
You brought up softball. How come girls can't play baseball? Why do we make them play
I'm always
softball?
wondering the same thing because some of those girls can fucking throw it.
I completely agree. I hate
Baseball
that there's
is
even
one
a difference
sport.
between baseball
Baseball-
and softball.
Baseball is one sport where being a man or a woman will not give you an advantage.
Yeah, it really doesn't
maybe
matter,
in
yeah.
in speed. There's probably
Especially so if you take a female like a catcher,
yeah.
anybody like a male or female can play catcher no matter what league they're in.
Now maybe when it comes to power numbers, but I'm saying
Yeah,
the,
like
the
that,
major league
that's different.
major league baseball could integrate men and women in
They
that
could
league.
definitely do that. Agreed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That I would love to even see that. Like that would.
I think that would be cool.
would
I
be
think one day,
progressive.
I think eventually a woman will play in the NBA. I believe one day a woman will play in the NBA.
You know, when I when I was in 6th grade, I loved football. I've always loved football. And when I was in the 6th grade, I was so pissed off that I couldn't try out for football. I was in 6th grade. And I was so pissed off. I started a petition at my school at Watkins Junior High.
Watkins
Nicholas.
Junior High, them Bulldogs.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
At
girls can
Watkins
play there
Junior
now.
High, I started that petition, and although nothing was integrated in my year, the next year they had their very first female on the boys football team.
Yeah, girls can play football there now. Girls,
And I'm
Girl,
not.
Naomi.
I mean, I'm very
you were the
proud.
Rosa.
I
You
feel
were the
like I
Rosa
definitely
Parks
helped
of
in
girls
that.
football.
But I also thought that I was like, this girl is probably getting so much shit for being the only girl.
Probably.
On
The
every
problem is they
single
only let the
place that
girls
they
be like
played.
kickers and stuff, though.
Oh no, she was super tough. I mean,
Was
she was
she?
probably more of a guy than a girl, but he was.
Oh,
I don't know. I felt. It always made me feel good that I think I helped spark that. You know.
When I used to visit my my cousins in New Mexico, we played tackle football with some of their friends, and there was boys and girls, and there was this girl named Hannah. She was like a middle linebacker. Like she was wide, she was strong. Like she farmed and shit. So like she was like, dude, I got tackled by her one time, and she like knocked the wind out of me, bro. And like, I don't know. I don't know if football is a sport that you get into integrate men and women in, but I think baseball definitely, like, there's nothing a
Baseball
woman
for sure.
there's nothing that a woman couldn't do on a baseball field.
Yeah, and I love women's football too. But that fucking Powder Puff League, that's a fucking joke. That's a joke.
Are you talking about the lingerie bowl?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I don't. Yeah, no.
Okay,
don't get
at
me
least
wrong.
time out. When the
I
lingerie
love
bowl
watching it
first
too.
started, it was complete exploitation of women. Like they literally played in panties. At least now they have like kind of football gear.
I was about to say, no, it's not much better now. Okay, so their
It's a little
shoulders
bit
are
better.
covered now. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I mean, entertainment, yes, I love it. I think it's hilarious, but it's about as entertaining as the Puppy Bowl after the Super Bowl.
Okay, so this is what
Seriously.
needs to happen.
Wait, what's a puppy ball?
no.
What the Puppy Bowl?
Hey, James, I think a man or a woman could pitch. Like, a woman can throw overhand. I'm reading the comments. I'm sorry.
No,
I was just looking
Ja-
at, no, have you seen
James
a
Conn asks, who's
MLB?
pitching, the men or the women?
I think it's been an asshole.
Gone.
I do believe I've seen videos of like professional MLB batters try to bat against a female pitcher underhanded and they can't swing at them.
Wait, a male batter trying to
Yeah.
hit an underhanded pitch
No, underhanded pitcher.
and they can't hit it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely different animal.
I
Like,
would just love to
movement on the
see
balls.
females playing the exact same game as males and them kicking their ass on their own field.
that
That's
might
what
happen
I
in
would
baseball.
like to see.
It's not going to happen in football, unfortunately. Like,
Not
physically,
football.
physically,
No,
that's not gonna
because I
happen.
mean, like, yes,
Basketball.
yes, women can do anything men
Maybe.
can, but honestly,
Not football.
physiologically, women will never be as strong as men, and that's just how we're built. That's how it is. I am not. I have no qualms with that at all. But On baseball, I think women can definitely hold their own. It doesn't need to be softball. Like, let women play baseball and
Right.
see what happens.
Yeah.
But maybe
I'm down with
maybe the MLB is too scared to see what the women will do to all their male players that are being paid way too much.
I think that the MLB knows that America is a patriarchal society, and people would probably stop watching if they put women. I mean, baseball's having a hard enough time getting people to watch. Maybe it would help. I don't know.
Maybe America needs to start putting more importance on female roles in leadership. Period.
Maybe.
Boom, bitches.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to support the Deer Park Lady Deer softball team who won their third national or state championship this year. I'm going to go. I heard a rumor that they might even be getting a new baseball field because they're kicking ass. So I'm going to start going to see the Lady Deer, and I'm going to root, and I'm going to go with you, Naomi. We're going to cheer for the girls, and we're going to have to push for a girls versus boys baseball game, like straight up Sandlot style. Everybody's got to ride to the field on their bikes. And
Oh yeah. All right.
straight
I'll
up
bring the
Sandlot.
dog. My
Yeah.
dog will chase him. He
Straight up
won't do
Sandlot
anything.
style. We're going to do that. Well, we've been going for like an hour and 15 minutes, and I had a good time doing this with you guys. I don't know how many people watched. I don't even know how salvageable this episode's going to be because I started recording late and I didn't run any ads. But we had,
post.
huh?
All that has to be just had to be thrown in on post.
Right, which I was hoping to not have to do anything post, but it's all good. Yeah.
Well, it's a hurricane podcast.
It's the hurricane
we
party.
planned for something a little bit more put together.
For sure. Hey, but we literally put this together in like 10 minutes. So I'm very happy and I'm good with it. Look, anybody who watched, we appreciate it. If you're listening now and you're in the Houston, the Gulf Coast area, you guys be safe. Stay dry. Or if you got a car payment that you want to get rid of, maybe just park your car in the street. Who
I
knows?
was gonna say, or stay wet if that's what you
That's
prefer.
what I'm about to go do right now.
Just don't do it. Don't say that publicly, Con. It's okay.
Oh,
we'll,
okay.
we'll edit that out. What happened to Beard? There he is. You've been so quiet, buddy.
Beard is sleepy.
Beard's
He's
just-
been quiet.
Beard is staring at that screen like if I was sitting behind the producer desk, I would have done this shit right. And you know what, Con? I'm sorry, Josh Beard, you're absolutely right. You would have. I've discovered I need you. I need Naomi. I need Con. I can't do this without you guys. So thank you so much for joining the team. And we got a couple episodes left, and then we're really gonna take off on season 4. I kept calling it season 3 the other day. Who was it who corrected me? Was that you?
It wasn't
Beard?
me.
Was that you,
What
Beard?
do you mean?
I think it was Beard. I kept saying season 3. He's like, it's season 4, by the way.
It was almost certainly Beard.
It was probably me.
I think it was Beard. He's like, by the way, it's season 4. But no, thanks to everybody who tuned in. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the video post and put our ads and everything in there. But guys, you guys stay safe. I love you. I hope I'll see you guys on the 22nd. Larry Showalter and Stephen Terry will be our guests. And they have a pretty big announcement that they want to share with you guys. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
guys.
excited.
I'm super
I
excited.
love them.
They're the best.
Steven is so funny and down to earth, and Larry is just, his last name is Showalter. Larry is all about the showmanship.
puts on the show.
So them two together, I love it. I can't wait to talk to them both.
Hey, guys, real quick, let me do this. You guys watching the screen?
No.
You're not watching the screen?
I am.
Okay, yeah, I know I am. I
Hey,
was just messing with
There
you.
you go. You see it, Josh?
Yep.
You guys call Josh Beard. Hold on a second. For some reason, there's a delay. You guys call Josh Beard. He's the greatest realtor in the world. And then you guys make sure that you also call Naomi Richardson of Richardson Design Works for all of your design and graphic needs. Correct?
That's right.
All right. And
Boom.
there's the ad. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I love you guys. Like I said, I hope to see you guys in the next few days. Con,
Bye.
how's your ling ling?
Oh, it gone.
It gone. What you
It
sipping on
gone.
now? All right,
We
well,
need
you guys.
to have an episode with our puppies and get them all together.
Oh my God, that would be called the shit show. I'm judging. That's exactly what we'll call it. The shit
Well,
show.
your dog is fixed, right, Nick? No.
You're gonna publicly shame me on? We're on live, Naomi.
No. My dog's not fixed.
My dog's not fixed
He is a
either.
beautiful beast, and he needs to make babies.
So that'll be
My
the
bitch ain't fixed.
that'll be the Bound Chicka Wow Wow episode part 2.
All right. Well, then maybe we should not bring our dogs together because none of them are fixed.
Be a fucking dog orgy. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh well, it's so convenient when you talk about dogs like that, but don't you dare, take women's rights away. Oh.
Hey, we didn't get into that. That's next episode. Next episode.
Next episode.
On the next
Coming in
episode.
hot.
All right, guys, I'm going to get us out of here. For Josh Beard and Christopher Kahn, the best producers in podcasting, love you guys. My name's Nick Stevenson.
And I'm Naomi Richardson, and we will catch you next time.
Good night.
You've been listening to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast. For more show content, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to visit SpiritSwagStore.com for everything you need to rep your favorite podcast in style.